Good afternoon and hello world. How are we all on this day? Let's mute that straight away. As you can see from today's title, we're going to be playing some farm sim in a few moments. Just got to check we are live on the YouTube as well today as we do this stream. I'm going to also remember to mute the big screen. I think I've got everything sorted. Batteries, I think I'm going to risk batteries for the moment. No, I'm not. Batteries are already gone. I can hear music playing. Right, let's put new batteries in. Set controller. Must have run out. I've been playing a little bit wireless just recently again because my actual USB cable's a bit glitchy. The connection's not great on it. Wasn't it your birthday last week? No, it's this weekend coming. So I'm doing a birthday stream this week. So birthday streams this week long. Southern Trucker. So yes, we're going to fire up Farm Sim. I have checked the server. The server is running. Unbelievable. I believe I've got all mods. So 24/7 long. I don't think. Right, hopefully it's going to game capture today, because unfortunately I was recording content on Monday for YouTube videos. I recorded one perfectly fine. I then went in to record the second one, and recorded it. I came to actually do the editing and rendering yesterday, and the first 30 minutes of the video were blank, and only the last 5 minutes had any game footage. So I don't know what happened there. Don't know what happened with that, but we are capturing at the moment, so that's good. That's good. OBS, I think it must have just been April Fool's Day, and OBS was like, oh, we're gonna prank him good. OBS was like, we'll get you, we'll teach you. We'll let you record the first video perfectly fine, and so you are lulled into a false sense of security, and then we'll get you on the second one. We'll screw you over. And because of that, I didn't record the other video that I was going to release today, all to do with the new Mod Hub information that's come out about Farming Sim in the new latest blog. The new blog. Right, looks like we're harvesting, ladies and gents. Oh, I had a bit of a crash. Right, we've got soybeans. Nice. So yeah, I think I was playing on this save on Friday on stream. When I switched game last week, I was playing a game for a few hours, then switched over to this, and yeah. I didn't get to play for many minutes, unfortunately, because, well, there wasn't a lot of people here. And then one of my friends went live who I moderate for, and I thought, you know what, it's probably better if I go and do moderating than sit here talking to no one. But yeah, I felt like doing farming today. I've been slowly getting back into the farm sim. I've been playing this save in single player as well just recently. Although technically I'm a bit ahead now, in the single player than we are here on the server, but that's okay. We'll soon get caught up. Be interesting to know if the band ever gets back together and other folks, the other players, ever come back online and play with me, or whether I'm just a solo farmer again nowadays. All the mods should be up to date though on the Google Drive, so they can download them if they want to come and play. It's just I don't think they do much playing of farm sim these days, my friends. But yeah, we get the soybeans harvested. That's a good start to life. Getting stones collected as well is good. I think I've got 2 fields to stone collect, and then I can do seeding. Didn't check to see if there was any mod updates today on the mod hub before I came into game. See if anything's been updated recently. I'm hoping the contract boost mod gets an update soon, because that is broken as flip right now and I hate it. I hate that that doesn't work, because the contract prices in this game are so crap. It's not worth doing the contracts at this point in time. There's no reward in it. So... Hello BB Girl 143. Welcome to the stream today. Under the Covers Rock Duo have subscribed to me 4 minutes ago on YouTube. Oh well, thank you Under the Covers Rock Duo for being subscribed. How cool is that? The band are following me. The band that's going to be playing at my party on Saturday night. The band of the hour. The band with all the power. The band that's too sweet to be sour. Right, can't get any straw sadly off of this field, which is a bit of a pain. Careful, do not put the harvester in the water. I know I've got the grass to mow, but I'm very tempted to just buy field 10 and then scrap field 3 on the map. I'm also tempted to change the mower setup that we're using. Right now we've got tractor with front mounted mower, rear mounted mower. I'm not a big fan of that setup. In practice it takes a long flipping while to mow a field. Doesn't always get every bit as well. So I might just switch it to a rear trailed mower system. See if it's faster. Or, as much as I hate to do it, go for the big Chrome self-propelled mower. I do need to have a look on Mod Hub actually to see if there's been any better mods come out in that category. I got excited the other day because I saw a posting on the internet for a Chrome mower, and I thought it was a mod for Farm Sim. Turns out it's a real life Chrome mower that they've released. A slightly smaller, compact, single person mower unit with a mower thing on the front. And I was like, that would be nice as a mod in the game. I think when I harvested this field in single player I did 2 headlands. Rather than just the one, which did make life a little bit easier when it come to turning around and stuff. %83 full, we'll unload in a minute. Hopefully having completed this row. And then should get the rest of the field done pretty well. But yeah, it's nice to be back playing Farm Sim. I forgot how kind of like relaxing and chilled this game is, you know. I know I've been playing other games just recently, a lot recently on stream, and the YouTube people won't obviously realise this, because I haven't done much streaming over on the Red site and that, but I've been playing a lot like PGA Golf, WWE 2K25, Phasmophobia and that, but I've been tending to stream all that over on the Kick side of things. But yeah, it's been nice playing different games. But I'm also aware that those games, I tend to get really, like, focused in and tunnel visioned in. And as a friend of mine said today, a streamer friend of mine said today, I probably get a little bit too focused in on those games and don't interact as much with chat, or sometimes miss chat. Come on, we can open. Good afternoon, FarmSim G. How are you doing today, sir, on this fine Wednesday? Fine Wednesday with sun shining, blue sky. I've been to the Vampire this morning. Forgot to take my fucking other phone with me though, didn't I? Like a fucking twat. So unfortunately, I've got to go again on Friday. Must keep that out as a reminder. I'll keep that out as a reminder, so I don't forget it on Friday morning. Otherwise they won't know what they're fucking testing me for. You just finished reading the Giants blog. What do you make of the Giants blog then, FarmSimG? Because that's probably the first you've seen or heard of any of that stuff, because you probably aren't in the Discord group, are you? And there's also been some interesting reading today in that Discord group as well, where Marcel, the lead sort of guy at Giants, has basically said as well today in the Discord group that anyone using any AI generated content will have their mods rejected. So that will be going into the Mod Hub guidelines that will be republished in the next few days. So that's going to be an interesting one, because it's caused a bit of a there's been a little bit of a pretty much a fluff piece, yeah. That's what I was going to kind of say in the video, but I never got a chance to record it because unfortunately I had yesterday I had a busy day. I wasn't at the computer at all yesterday, so I didn't get to record anything yesterday. And then this morning I've had to go to the doctors for my vampire test. So I've not had a chance to record a video today on that blog, and obviously the other creators have already released their bit, so I don't think there's much point me recording a video now, because like all the other big creators with the thousands of viewers will have beat you to the punch. But yeah, I thought it was a bit of a fluff piece, because a lot of the questions that I saw in the questions I saw in the channel, they've not answered, not touched them. So yeah, I think there's quite a few unhappy people still at the minute in the modding world. I'm kind of glad I'm not in the modding world. I'm just in the playing and content making world, because I try to avoid all that drama and stay out of it as much as I can. But I do agree with what some people are saying today, that if something is not in the guidelines, how are modders supposed to know that it's not allowed or accepted? So Giants really do need to be a bit more forward thinking with their guidelines and making sure they cover all the bases and make it so it's crystal clear back on what is not allowed. The fictional wait times they post. See, my feeling is, my feeling would be, this probably wouldn't be very popular, but I wouldn't advertise or post any wait times anywhere. I know they don't put out the list anymore that says what mods are in testing and stuff, because that was causing issues. I think as far as actual times, that should just be between the modder and Giants. Shouldn't be posted anywhere else. No one needs to know, and it would cause a lot less hassle. Your mod gets tested when it gets tested. It's passed when it passes. You know, it's published when it's published. Because I think trying to set times that Giants and their team can't hit is causing problems. And in that blog post, it tells you what the mod testing team is actually responsible for. They're responsible for like bug testing the main game as well, and bug testing patches and making updates and stuff for the game. So they've got their hands pretty full, and then mod testing on top of that, and they're only a small team, as they also mentioned several times in the blog. They're a very small team at Giants, and you think, well, why make a rod for your own back then by posting times that you can't realistically achieve and hit, you know? Well, we got soybeans. Soybeans, 60% full. If I remember right, this harvester uses a lot of fuel on this field. If they post, why not post a date of the oldest mods on the list so modders can see how far away they are? But that doesn't necessarily transfer to the fact that just because a mod's old, that's how far behind they are. Because like I say, a mod could have gone backwards and forwards to a modder a couple of times. And it's always going to show its first submitted date. And if it takes a modder like 2 months to fix it and get it, fix a mod and get it ready to like publish, that would kind of like falsify the list a bit, wouldn't it? And plus, like Giants themselves say in that blog, they move things around the list based on what they want to test against upcoming changes and updates and DLCs and stuff, so that if it gives them if they find something that's perfect to test in a certain scenario, 80 odd %. We're gonna have to empty again. Flip me, we got full. Oh no! Got full. Got full. Yeah, that's what happens when they reject mods. It does go to the bottom of the list. Well, that's what they've said in the blog anyway. But what Giant said is sometimes they will pull mods that are lower down the queue to the top and into testing, so they can actually test the mod against things that they're updating or bug fixing to make sure it's fixed. And that's where it kind of falsifies things a bit then, because obviously somebody's mod's getting a bit of special treatment then in that case, which I think is what upsets a few people. But like Giants say, you know, it's one of them things. If somebody submits a mod and it's perfect for a testing scenario, for them testing an update or a fix, or testing how it affects like their DLC or something, then they're gonna obviously choose to do it because it saves them making something to test with. I wonder why my harvester keeps like jerking. No, but it does depend on like how many mods have been submitted, and I think that blog says they've had 1,500 mods submitted for testing since FS25 came out. 1,500 mods just for this game. That's without FS22 mods, you know, which were still being submitted and also having to be tested. And then, like you say, if some of the mod testing team have had to stop mod testing to focus on the Nexat DLC testing and patch 1.6 and making patch 1.6 and testing that, then that's obviously going to cause estimates and testing times to just fall massively behind. I mean, obviously, you know, I don't want to make excuses for Giants, but I can see how they get themselves in a position where if they're saying, oh, a mod will be in testing in X time, and a month goes by and mods aren't in testing, I can understand how it happens. Like I say, if their team suddenly stops testing mods and is working on other things, the backlog is going to build up pretty quickly. So, mulch this field, and then we can direct seed it. And then I'll probably fertilise it after I've seeded it. And then we need to obviously roll it as well. Complicated business, this. So many steps. Barker, channel member, 19 months. Thank you, Barker, for your continued YouTube channel membership. 19 months of support over on the red site. That's very much appreciated, sir. I wonder if that's an auto renewal, or he's had to manually send that through. Don't know how it works over there on YouTube, because I've never been a channel member of anyone. Their manual. Ah, here he is. Say his name and he appears. I believe in Barker. I believe in Barker. Let's go. Finish harvesting. Yeah, I thought I'd do a farm sim stream today, Barker, because as I was saying to Farm Sim G, the second video I recorded on Monday for content got somehow screwed up by OBS. It just decided to stop capturing the game. And for 30 minutes there was just a black screen with my webcam on it and me talking. And then finally, for the last 5 minutes, it decided, oh, I know where the game is again now. We can show the game. But I don't understand how, because the first video I recorded, perfectly fine. Good afternoon, Mr. Helgi. Nice to see you, sir. How the devil are you? Thank you for your subscription earlier, Mr. Helgi. Thank you for your continued support. Right, I can put this back. You are great. Well, that's good to hear. I like it when people are great. How's life been on Kick? Just checking in on our fellow streamers from the Plant 616 networking. This is iCrazy, a original. Hello, iCrazy. Giants incompetent at planning. Well, I think they are a little bit, because obviously the number of patches they pushed out in quite a short space of time before 1.6 and the DLC would obviously take resources away from the testing team. So I can imagine, like, February, well, probably late January through February, they probably didn't have as many hands-on testing as they normally have, because those people are having to be responsible for other things, and they don't change the estimated times then. They don't update that to reflect the fact that they've suddenly lost all the manpower from the testing. Yet mods are coming in thick and fast every single day. The queue ain't going to get any shorter, ever. Like I say, I don't know what I don't really know what the solution is, FarmSimG, because like I say, I'm not a modder myself. I don't submit mods, and like I say, there's not really, there are a lot of other games that offer the same kind of system that Giants do. Where people can get paid for the mods they submit, because like they say in their blog, other games that support modding are a bit of a free-for-all. You know, you can upload any, like, games that have Steam Workshop, there's nobody testing those mods for errors and issues and stuff like that. It's just a free-for-all. Whereas like Giants in fairness say, look, we want to test mods. They did do, Barker. They still tested mods for FS22 up until I think Christmas. Or I think possibly, or maybe even the New Year. I forgot. I don't know when they officially ended support for FS22. Because obviously that game is still being played by a lot of people. They were updating the times during that period. That is the issue. Just be truthful how long it's going to take. Exactly. FS22 was end of February. That's fine then. So yeah, they shouldn't be doing any FS22 testing now. They shouldn't. So it should all be working on content for FS25, working on patches and updates for FS25, and mod testing. That's what the QA team should be doing now then. That should be their function when they're in the office, when they're not on holidays. And everyone knows the Germans like a lot of holidays, as Mr. Helgi will tell you. Right, what am I doing next? I am going to empty the stone picker upperer. So how is life, Mr. Helgi? Feels like I haven't talked to you, Mr. Helgi, for a long, long time. No, March was the last update. When the DLC come out, we got the update the same time as the DLC. Are you on the server? I am on the server, Mr. Helgi, yes. The server is all up to date. All the mods have been updated. The Google Drive has been updated. Everything is working well. Yeah, I figured I'd come on the server today, as the stream suggests. I am multiplayering. So, I think it's grass, isn't it? Is what I've got to do next. There is one mod that is very broken though at the minute, Mr. Helgi, and is in need of an update, and that is the contract mod, which is why all the contract prices are so crap, and why I am not doing contracts at the minute. Oh, Big Buds! Just having a quick look on model. Big Buds have come out. Big Bud Series 3. I like Big Bud. Oh, additional game settings has had another update today. Thank you. What's that one for? Oh, fixes a lure error. Might need to update that one then. Oh, 1.6 was February, was it? Wasn't there... I'm sure that... Wasn't there an update with the Nexat DLC? Because I had to update the game to be able to use the DLC. When I did my early access look at the Nexat DLC, I had to do an update before the game would open, and then I found out that you weren't supposed to install the update. Rocksat and Nexat. Well, Nexat is the DLC, Mr. Helgi. So, have you downloaded and installed the DLC? And Rockstar, I think, should be... Is that a game settings? Additional game settings. That should be... If it's not on the Google Drive... I mean, I'm going to have to update that one again anyway, because it's been updated today. So I'll end up updating that again later. But I will chuck my copy up. But yeah, the DLC should be... You should have the DLC installed, Mr. Helgi. If you've downloaded it from your... in-game. I'm not sure. I'm not sure for the DLC. The DLC you might have to download again if the DLC is updated. Let me have a look. Let me have a look. No, updates. Game should be updated 1.6, February the 20th. Has there been an update for Nexat? I don't know. Does it tell me what version I'm running? No. I don't know then. But the additional game settings Rockstar mod is now on the Google Drive. It was before release. Could be. So Mr. Helgi should have the DLC installed then. Should he not? Has he downloaded and installed the DLC? Has he played the game since the DLC came out? He has, because he's got the season pass. He's got the season pass, Farm Sim G. But with Giants, you have to remember to go in and actually download it manually. It doesn't auto download for you. Yeah, I can go into Discord. I'll go into the Farming Simulator chat, the old chatty chat. Hopefully, I can hear me still.
Let me fix my voice thingy again.
So in single player, I bought Field 10. I did.
Okay. In game, I get there is a section DLCs.
Yeah.
Where it shows. Now it's telling me something is live on Discord. Okay. There's the next. There's the next set pack DLC. You hear me? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but have you downloaded that from the downloads page on Giants? Have you downloaded it from the downloads page on Giants?
In game, obviously, not on Discord.
Oh, what's going on Discord? Why is it not picking me up on Discord?
My headphones again.
Hello. No, it might be me.
Oh, fuck.
Could be me. Voice and default. Yeah, it's using the wrong microphone. Fucking, it's no, it was it's probably me. You can hear me. Yeah, it's because NVIDIA Broadcasters, Discord changed to NVIDIA Broadcast for some reason. What I mean is, have you gone to Giant's website, gone to downloads, put your key in, and actually downloaded the DLC?
No, I didn't.
That's what you need to do then.
Why is it so complicated? I mean, I'm in the game, logged under my name, and I can see the next set and don't download in-game, right? So...
No, it won't let you download in-game. That is something that maybe I wish Giants would do.
Because now I have to check.
Why have I got
where the fucking email
chat
is
on
from.
stream in game?
I think I have it.
Game overlay. I know, I don't want game overlay, thank you. Can I turn game overlay off? Yeah. I'll turn the bloody overlay thing off, thank you.
So in the download portal I have to enter the key again, I guess?
Yeah. Yeah, enter your key and then it will show you, bring up the list of everything that you're allowed to download and install, and the next app will be on there.
Just
I can't believe you didn't figure that out, Mr. Helgi, because Richard managed to do that. We know how bad Richard is.
I can manage, but it's too complicated.
Yeah, it's a little. It's more straightforward with Steam, innit? Because Steam just auto downloads everything that you've owned and bought, whereas Giants is a bit more complicated.
It shows 5 items I can download.
Yeah.
Okay, of course I have Farming Simulator. I can do the next set. Then there is a MacDon pack, and in Holland, I don't know if I have these.
You can download them again. The MacDon pack is the thing for doing the swathing, and obviously the New Holland is the big gold harvester special edition thing.
So now I'm downloading them, and I probably have to close the game.
You'll have to close the game to install them, yeah.
Good. And the Rockstar thingy, what is that?
That is a mod, so it's on the Google Drive.
I thought I downloaded all the latest ones, but
Yeah, I hadn't. I don't think I'd uploaded that one because that got updated a couple of days ago, and it's been updated again today. But I haven't downloaded today's updates yet.
but is it on the Google Drive or is it?
It is on the Google Drive. I've just put it on there since you logged into Discord because you were missing it. Because I think I downloaded because when I logged on the server on Friday, I was missing the mod, apparently.
Okay.
So I must have updated it on the server without downloading it, the update myself. But because it's a Mod Hub mod anyway, I just downloaded it, went in and updated it through the mod menu. Because it's not a mod I tweak or make any alterations to. As long as you used your code, who cares if it's complicated? Exactly, FarmSimG. The main thing is he used the code. and Giants finally did pay me. It took them till March, but they did finally pay me as well. So if anybody wondered why I wasn't doing a lot of farm sim videos and streams between Christmas and March, you've got your answer. Because I was waiting for Giants to give me all the money they owed me from last year.
They owe you money, Anthony.
They owed me money. They owed me 2024's money. And it was a nice amount at the end when it eventually found its way into my account. So I'm pleased I held out for it.
There's a patch now in the game when I start the game.
Yes, there has been a patch, yes. That came out middle of February, which has fixed a few things. Still a few things that aren't fixed, but, you know, they're a small team, as they keep telling us in their blog.
Yes, you're not getting the tire parts.
No, we're not getting the full ground deformation in multiplayer, but we are getting tyre deformation now in multiplayer, which is where the tyres go squishy, based on how much weight is on the vehicle.
But did they confirm they want to introduce everything?
You mean you don't just do this for fun? Such a mercenary, yeah. Who thought? You know. If I was doing this for fun, I'd play completely different games. I would like golf or WWE.
I'm still getting a red flag. Ah, sorry, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot.
You're an idiot.
Rockstar.
Rockstar!
Rockstar.
Rockstar! GTA 5 Special Edition. Next Gen update.
User error sitting in front of the... Is it the
Why is he driving around? Additional game settings, yes. That's the mod.
Doesn't say Rockstar.
No, that's the mod author.
Jesus.
God, Sven. Why's this guy just dicking about?
Yeah, I mean, I played the game, but probably not the latest version. But I'm a single player.
Yeah, I've been playing some single player. I downloaded the save off the server and I've been playing that in single player.
Okay.
And then last Friday I popped onto the actual server and updated it all and everything and played it for about an hour.
I downloaded the latest map from Stevie, but actually it's not fun playing. So
No, I've downloaded Oakbridge, but I haven't started it yet, which is the English map that we played in FS22 from Oxygen David. Yeah, put that. I'll do it myself, mate, because you're just messing about now. You are. It's not difficult to launch a field.
FS25, so you have the first one.
Although, to me, if I come running over here, that does look like tyre deformation, ground deformation in the field. That looks like lumps and bumps where I've just been turning around and stuff. So maybe there is tyre ground deformation in multiplayer now.
Looks like it. I mean, some grounds don't deform as much as others.
No. The one to look at would have been the that field before I collected all the stones off it, because that was ploughed. So that would have been nice and soft and squishy. Here comes Helgi and he's in the game again. Do, 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 do.
I was playing a lot of Path of Exile and Snow Runner and Golf.
How you getting on with golf?
Good, good. Get the hang of it. I started my second character to get the Greenkeeper.
Yeah, Greenkeeper's a good character to level up. So you can unlock the better grids across all your other golfers.
Yes.
Your better grid reading when they get to 85 overall.
I'm not there yet because the VCs are really scarce.
Yeah, the virtual currency is a joke.
Yeah.
They nerfed that massively after the game came out. You have to play lots of golf now to get the money in game.
Oh, you get a inlay now in the game who's talking. That's good.
Yeah, that's a Discord thing. I've just turned mine off because I didn't like it. Kept seeing these floating heads appearing on my screen. I was like, who's that? I don't want to look at myself when I'm in game.
Talk to yourself. Yeah. Oh, there's still these nice, beautiful tractors in the game.
Oh yeah, all your tractors which have the lovely number plate on. I had to park all those in single player, so I didn't fucking go into it. Don't tab into them. I had to park the pressure washer as well because I get stuck at the pressure washer. I was like, why am I stuck? Why am I pushing a pressure washer around?
You can park.
I want a tractor. Yeah.
Yeah,
if you go into a vehicle and then press Control T, you put it in park mode, which then means you can't tab back into it until you unpark it.
So which field I can drive on? That is not damage.
Well, the field next to me, field 5, that is ready for seeding. So you can drive all over that with your tyres and see if you do tyre marks.
Yes, it does do. Yeah, it does do deformation.
Cool.
At least a little bit.
Hmm. So they have added that. That's better.
Oh yeah. Great. Yeah, it does work.
I can see all the marks where I've driven with my truck then. It's all the truck marks where I was unloading the harvester. That's all over this field then. Let's have a look.
Yes, corn,
We could do with some wheat.
sunflower.
Some wheat. We could do with some oat. We could do with some canola.
What do you mean? 1, 2, 5, 4, 5, 1. Canola, field 4, it's a bigger field. Okay.
Yeah, canola on field 4 because it's a bigger field. And you can direct drill it, so you ain't gonna worry about cultivating this field. So as soon as I finished with the mulching, you can start seeding on this field, and then we can fill the others in.
Is the seed the red one?
They're both red ones, the cedar and planter. They're both the same red colour.
That's a plant.
The cedar is the smaller one. The one that's obviously looks a lot narrower. The planter is quite wide, I think.
Where is the cedar plant? Is it in the church?
No, cedar should be right there. I think it's right on the end,
I see it. It has
next
a white
to the
cover.
harvest. Yeah, it's got the white cover. That's it.
Yeah, both are next to the harvester. Long rain lines.
And if you need any seed, there are 3 pallets over by the store that somebody's left there. Or higgledy-piggledy.
Probably me.
I was thinking that probably that somebody's emptied before they've returned equipment for a contract. I was speculating at it.
Oh, look at these tire trucks.
Because of course the contract boost mod used to give us the seed and stuff for contracts and fertilizers, so we'd always end up keeping any excess, didn't we? We'd keep all the leftover to make it even more profitable.
Yeah.
Right, let's have a look then. What we got? Anything good for sale? Any special offers? Not really.
I wonder what button it was to cover. Was it B?
Or what?
To catch the GPS line?
Yeah, press and hold B, and then it brings up the menu, and then you switch
that's
from
right.
AI to GPS, don't you? And then you can set your course details, set your width and everything, how many headlands you want to do.
Oh no, it's clear, but
And then to actually activate the line and drive on the line, you just press the B button.
B button.
Yeah. And then if you want to cruise control, you have to remember to press the left bumper, right bumper, and press B.
I have a
They made it a bit
button
more
for my
complicated.
Stream Deck, yeah. I press the Stream Deck button.
You press the Stream Deck button, okay.
Oh my god, how much you unlearn things.
When you ain't been playing, you forget everything.
And because SnowRunner, I play also with the gamepad, and it has different.
Right.
I think improves the performance of the game. Somehow.
Yeah, they've made some tweaks and stuff to it. Certainly, in the last update. The last update was quite a big one because I think you posted the patch notes and stuff in the Discord.
Yeah. Not doing fertilizing.
No, I'm not using fertiliser when I seed and plant. I can put it on after. We've got the fertiliser spreader for doing dry fertiliser. I think we've also got a sprayer as well, so I do it separate. Because generally what I find is you're forever running backwards and forwards refilling. Because it tends to use quite a lot. Yeah, 3 pallets of seed right there, look.
Story.
Yeah.
That's the only button I'm missing on in the SnowRunner. It's a cruise control. But you don't
Cruise
have to press
control.
the trigger. That you have to press the trigger button all the time. When you're driving. Did you have a look at the new SnowRunner?
I haven't, no.
Where you build roads now and stuff.
Snow? Wow. Build roads and get rid of all the mud.
Yeah. It's more construction game. But you have to, yeah. It might not be a bad version. It's definitely better than the Expedition.
Expedition, yeah. I remember you saying you weren't very keen. You weren't going to get Expeditions. You weren't very keen on it.
I don't have it. I don't like the fact that you can climb a vertical wall.
Vertical surfaces.
Yeah. Just winch your way up the vertical wall. And I haven't played construction.
Construction Simulator, yeah, that's not a game I kind of ever went back to.
It's repetitive.
Very grindy
Yeah.
to get stuff unlocked.
That's definitely a game you should play with 3 or 4 other people.
And go again. No. Stop going on the wrong line. I want you to go on that line, GPS.
Yeah, sometimes when they are angled, it catches the rod.
Hmm. Yeah, sometimes it wants to do the headland rather than the up and down row. And I was like, I've already done the headland.
How's the football team?
How's the football team? Terrible. Absolutely terrible.
Oh, good news.
We'll be relegated on Saturday. We will.
Can you go down a bit further?
Yeah, we'll go down a league. We'll end up in the UCL. We'll end up playing Harrowby United and bloody Newark and Sherwood next season. We're in the same league as them. We're playing the local teams.
What
Saves
team
travelling, I
is that?
suppose. Cuts down.
Harrowby. Not Harry.
Harrowby. Yeah, not Harry Potter.
Harry Bow.
Harry Bow team.
The Harry Bow team. Sponsored by Germany.
We've actually played the Haribo team. They're not called Haribo though, they're called Stocksbridge Park Steels, but the Haribo factory is in their town here in the UK.
Right.
So I've actually been past the Haribo factory. I have. A
But it
couple
wasn't
of
the
times
Haribo
last
team.
season. No, it's not the Haribo team. They're not named Haribo. They should be. They ought to be sponsored by them, I think.
Like Red Bull or something.
Yeah. How can you not? If you've got the Haribo factory in your town, how is your football team not sponsored by Haribo?
It should be
That's
sponsored.
that's a bit of a clanger someone's dropped there.
Yeah, the German Red Bull team has a new manager, a team, a coach now.
Mm.
Changed the coach. Money's not everything.
No, there's been quite a few managerial changes in the German teams this year.
Yeah.
Old Harry Kane's manager got sacked, didn't he? Bayern's manager.
Yeah. I mean, that's a tough job anyway.
Oh yeah, if you're Bayern manager and you don't win the league, yeah, you're pretty much getting sacked. You have one job.
At least, maybe not the triple, but the double you have to do per month. One is just, yeah. You have all the resources. You should.
At least you'll have a chance of winning a game or two. I don't think so, Parker. I think both of those teams, Harrowby and Newark, they'll beat us. At the minute, if we was to play them today, they would beat us. Based on obviously having watched both of those teams over the last couple of weeks. Tell you what, there's a lot of people that are in for a shock next year, because that Step 5, that UCL league, is not a pushover. It's not a walk in the park. All these people thinking, oh, we'll get straight back promotion. you're in for a fucking laugh. It's a fucking difficult. It'll be very difficult to get out of that league first time of asking, without the right investment in the team and the right signings. Things in the background aren't good, Barker. For this season, things have been off the pitch. Things have been nowhere near as good as previous seasons. And I actually did post that the other day. Someone put a post on the Facebook page saying, "Is this the worst season in the club's history?" And I put quite a lengthy reply to that, which got a lot of positive feedback. Of course, the one person that decided to come on and reply to me and try and start a bit of an argument was the goalkeeper coach, the ex-goalkeeper coach, he who is married to Big Fat Gobby Cow, who needs to wind her fucking neck in. And I said to him in one of his comments, that in one of his posts that he replied to me, I says, look, you can't tell me that this season hasn't been completely different off the pitch. There's a completely different atmosphere around the club. And not only that, I says, everybody on that directors table keeps themselves so far away and separate from all the fans. The players sat very similar, unlike previous seasons. So right now there's a very clear them and us divide at the club. We're not one club. I says, and I don't know why that's got like that this season, and why it's been allowed to be like that this season. I says, I think it's pretty embarrassing on a match day that our players and staff leave the club before the opposition fans and players. And that they don't interact with any of the club fans who have stayed after the game to support them. I says it also doesn't help that none of the players or staff show up to any of the events that the fans and that put on in the club. Things like quiz nights, things like bingo nights, things like band nights. None of those people show up. The players and staff don't show up for any of those events or stay for any of those. So they're not supporting their own club.
But if the management doesn't show up, why should the rest? So
Yeah, exactly.
it starts stinking from the head, you say.
And I'll be honest. I do feel a little sorry for the current the manager of the team, the guy that's actually in charge of the team at the minute. I do feel very sorry for him because he got brought in on January the 1st to take over, and he's been given no support or backing in terms of being able to sign new players or anything. We've got rid of players and left him more and more short-staffed to the point where he's had to name himself on the bench in the last 2 games because we haven't got enough players now. And yet, like, the board and that are expecting him to win and avoid relegation. I think, well, hang on a minute. You've given him the exact same support that the manager before Christmas had. You've not changed anything. How do you expect him to get different results? It is the definition of stupidity. Doing the same bloody thing over and over again, but expecting a different result. You know?
Coach is not playing. Yeah. Coach is not playing.
They sacked Louis Bland. Rawdon took over, made absolutely no changes, made no signings, lost every freaking game until January the 1st. He then puts the new manager in and gives him the exact same thing to work with. Gives him less to work with. They sold players. Well, that's the thing, Barker. I wouldn't mind if they sold players, but the players that they've got rid of in the last couple of weeks, we ain't got a penny for. They've just got rid of them. People like Captain Muggs and some of the other players, yeah, they just let them go. We haven't received any financial compensation for any player that's left this season. I thought that was the whole point of putting them on contract to begin with. So like Rodders, who went to Quorn and won the league with Quorn, we got nothing for him. Caesar, who went to Gainsborough Trinity and got to be in the FA Cup and got to be on the telly, we didn't get anything for him.
So that means the good players left, right?
Yeah.
Because they fear they will go down in the league and they don't want to. That's the worst thing that can happen.
Well, that's what I was thinking, Barker. You know, are we just getting rid of players at this point just to save money for next season? Keep a little bit of money back for next year's wage budget, you know? Especially the big earners, like Captain Muggs. But at the same time, if that was the case, in the situation we're in, why would we not get rid of everybody that's on a contract and get rid of everybody that we're paying a wage to? And like Richard has suggested, why not give the youth lads, the under-21s, the under-18s, the under-16s, let them play the last few games of the season? It's not going to make a great deal of difference. We're relegated. You know? I mean, the under-16s have won their league and won the cup. The under-18s won their league. Obviously, the under-21s aren't currently in any league. They've just been playing friendlies all. Jonas would be the first to go if it was money. Jonas doesn't get paid a lot. Jonas doesn't get paid much at all. Jonas is here more because he gets to coach the youth teams. He's a youth goalie coach, and obviously it works well for him doing his qualifications at university, studying to obviously get his coaching degrees and everything. So it's more work experience for Jonas. And that's why Jonas doesn't really want to play games. He's not interested in playing football, but he wants to coach it. And that's why we had to put up with coastal erosion in goal all them games, because Jonas just didn't want to play. Wasn't interested. You get rid of the people not playing. Again, you could make the argument that that means you get rid of everyone, because none of them have played this season. Apart from Paulie. Kick is being slow. Well, at least Kick is working at the minute. And slowly. Slow is the name of the game with Kick, though, some days. I'm doing a YouTube stream as well today, just for the farming. If I eventually get to the point today where I change game at any point, then I'll just be live on Kick for that bit. But whilst we're farming, I thought I'll do it on YouTube as well, because obviously I managed to fuck up the video that I wanted to release yesterday or tomorrow, or OBS fucked up the video that I wanted to release tomorrow, and because I was busy yesterday and I had to go into town today, I didn't get round to doing the video I wanted to do on all the Mod Hub stuff that's been released today by Giants in their big blog post about the whole testing thing and stuff that me and FarmSim G were talking about when you got here. Menu button still works, yeah. Love that menu button. They best not fix that and take it out the game.
Or maybe they have to introduce a Man City button.
A Man City button?
A menu button and a Man City button.
You don't need a Man U button. Not after last night. We don't. No. Saudi money comes in and buys out the farm, lol. Yeah, we need the Saudis to come in, buy our farm. And then we can carry on working on the farm, but we'll have to wear tea towels on our head so we fit in.
And we always trip over our long coats as well. Is it still Ramadan or is it over now?
No idea.
That's over. My wife says it's over.
I'm going to watch the derby tonight. What derby? What's the derby tonight? Is the Wednesday night football? Liverpool-Everton. Oh, that'll be a good scrap. Is that the one that got postponed because of wet, leaky stadium? No. Okay. It's Anfield. Oh, okay. So that's worse then. You'd rather play at a wet, leaky stadium than Anfield. Well, unlucky you, Barker. Unlucky you. Poor old Barker, he's played at Anfield. It's a bit like what's his Mr. Helgi as well? He's been terribly unlucky in life. He's played at Ellen Road.
What?
Mr. Helgi played football at Ellen Road.
Is it? I thought it was Leeds United. So
Yeah, Ellen Road.
is that Ellen Road? Yeah.
And it was so bad, Barker, that one of Mr. Helgi's colleagues actually collapsed and died because he didn't want to play there.
French guy could die. Heart attack.
He had a heart attack because he was at Leeds and he was like, fucking, I've got to get out of here.
At first they didn't want us to play with proper football shoes. They feared we damage their ground. But it's a football thing, isn't it? Not a
Yeah.
tennis court. It's not a golf course as well. So why you should not wear football shoes?
That's the bit as well I don't get about all these fucking artificial plastic pitches that are everywhere. They've all got signs round them saying no one permitted on the field unless wearing football boots. And I'm like, it's plastic, it's artificial. How is me wearing trainers going to fucking hurt it or harm it in any way?
Not more than a football shoe.
Yeah.
Yeah, but trainers on the wet grass field, you have no chance.
No.
It's Liberty do that.
Yeah. That's the thing, I'm not playing football. So I'm like, it's an argument I have every time I go to these clubs and go to these grounds where they've got a plastic pitch. I says, I'm not a player. Why do I need to wear football boots? I says, I'm not really walking on the pitch. I'm just walking on the little bit round the outside of it. I says, I only need to go to the dugout to drop gear off for the team.
Yeah, but maybe
You know,
you wear
balls
high
and
heels.
bibs and
That's the
stuff.
problem.
I says,
Maybe you wear high heels in the dress.
good knee slide. What, and get fucking carpet burns, Barker? Ooh, my friends.
Yeah, but I think they put sand on it and wet and make it wet to prevent these burns. A tranquility on the farm. Finish stealing. So should I start with field 4 now? Or
Field 4? Can do.
finish it?
I'll do some rollering.
That was what did you say? Canola?
Canola, yes.
Canola or whatever the girl's name was.
Did you see that info about that Beam eye tracker that uses your webcam? No? Oh, what am I doing? Should I forward time? Would that be beneficial?
And back.
Forwarding time for seen an ad on Reddit featuring Farm Sim guy who has the video about it. Only about 30 quid for the software and seems to work well.
Fuel the vehicle? What's going on?
Can't remember. Who was it who's got the sim dashboard thing? Is it you, Mr. Helgi?
Yes, I do.
You have the sim dashboard thing for Farm Sim, don't you? I haven't tried that yet. I still haven't tried that myself.
But it doesn't work. It doesn't work in multiplayer. You would have to install it on.
Oh, you need the mod, don't you, on the server? Yeah.
You need a mod. But my tractor is now empty.
Empty? No fuel?
Yeah. Is it because I left it running overnight, or?
Yes, quite possibly. Because there is a mod now which ties the fuel usage and the hours on the vehicle into the timescale on the server. So everything, so your fuel will get used up 3 times faster because we're playing on 3 times speed. The good thing is there is a fuel trailer here at the farm because I had that issue last Friday.
I can't get out of the tractor.
You can't get out of the tractor.
No, I'm not. I can't. I have a mouse. The mouse works. I can turn the mouse and screen, but not the controller doesn't work.
Strange.
Yeah, my controller is off. What's going on? Why is my controller not working?
Battery's gone?
No, plug the cable on.
Well, if it's... Oh, like mine, my cable's fucking rubbish.
I mean,
I keep losing
oh,
connection in games.
I can use the map, but controller is off. Is that a new bug in the game, or when you forward time with the controller off?
Shouldn't be. Shouldn't be any issues. Mine's still working and I'm wireless at the minute.
Yeah, I unplugged it and plugged it back in. It's working. So I have to jump into. So I need a tractor to get the. What's it called? The refuel thing. Come on, unplug. It's normally it's the A button, right? To attach. What is going on? Oh. Okay, I need to select it, then I can touch it. Just hey, come on. No. I have to reduce the game again.
Do not drive into the river. There is a demo on stream. Oh, so it's just software based, is it? This eye tracker. It doesn't require any physical hardware. Interesting.
Only the webcam.
Ah, yeah, I don't know how good eye tracking will work for me. I tried head tracking once with the head tracky thing, and that wasn't no good, because I'm always moving around. Track IR, yeah, because I'm always moving around in my chair. I don't sit dead still.
You have to constantly reset.
Constantly reset it, and plus it just made it very nauseous for anybody that would be watching me, because the thing would constantly be moving around on screen.
I'm getting refueled, that's good. Done. Do you need refueling? So next time, forward in time, you need to switch off the engine. Yeah.
Switch off your engine so you don't burn all your fuel. I had that happen, like I say, the other day, and I was mowing field 8, grass on field 8, and I was stuck over there with this tractor, the New Holland, and that's why I had to buy the fuel trailer. I was like, shit, got no way of getting fuel to it. I can't get it back to the farm. So I ran out of fuel because I left the AI mowing the field, helper mowing the field while I went forward in time. So of course it like ran out of fuel on the AI helper, and it was just like tractor was just stuck there.
Talking about growth. When I switched from my technician to greenskeeper, I had to angle my controller even more to hit straight. So there's a difference between the two types, obviously.
Yeah. I found that with my powerhouse golfer. Some courses just really do not suit me. Anywhere I have to shape the ball and move the ball around, especially if I have to hit the ball right to left, I'm screwed because he can't do it. He can't do it.
They also make the short game more difficult.
I'd be
the sculpture as well.
I had my first playoff the other day in a tournament in Korea. I managed to tie with the leading golfer on the last hole. I chipped in for a birdie on the last hole to force a playoff, and then I lost in the playoff. But I was like, I've never had a playoff before. This is the first time. Of course, Barker was happy to remind me that he had said that I'd lose the tournament about half an hour earlier. I was just like, bastard. And then I played. What did I play? What tournament did I play after that? Was it the Players' Champion? Oh, I think I entered the Players' Championship at Sawgrass. and the winning pro was like something like 30 under par. He shot 8 under, 8 under, 8 under, 8 under. Like, yeah, he won minus 24. And I was like, that's just fucking ridiculous. Yeah, that's too consistent, that is.
But 4 times 8 is 32.
Oh, yeah, well, 32, yeah. 32 under. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, so I think I finished about 8th in that tournament. And I thought I played really well to get to the score that I was on, and it was like only good enough for 8th. I was like, jeez.
Do you play Pro-Am still?
Yeah,
Or Pro?
still play Pro-Am. Just seems to work better for me. As soon as I go up to Pro, fucking shots are all over the place. And yet I feel like I'm making the same movement on the joystick. My misses are still the same, but they just seem to be far exaggerated on Pro. You were consistent as well. Not a good consistent, but well. Consistent? Yeah, I kind of fell apart in the last round of that Players' Championship tournament because again, once I saw that like the winning score was 32 under, there was no way I could have got anywhere near that. If I'd birdied every hole, I still wouldn't have got close. But I started to try and force things and it just ended in disaster, that final round. That's why I ended up finishing 8th. You're going to go rage at that stupid tiger again. You still haven't beaten that on Monkey Wuhang.
But Sawgrass is a difficult course.
Yeah, Sawgrass is a hard course. I think I'm playing Valspar at the minute, which seems a nice course. I think I'm currently 10 under with about 3 or 4 other golfers on that one. You don't hate yourself enough to spend more than 5 deaths on it now, so I don't think I'll ever beat him, lol. five deaths and then you quit the game. That's a good way of playing those games, I think. And then I get to play the fake Masters in my next tournament in Korea, where they give you a red jacket if you win, not a green one. On a fake Augusta golf course. Because they don't have the rights to the real one. Have you completed the what do you call it yet though? The season stuff and all the unlocks and rewards? The season 1 stuff. I have. I'm like, I need season 2 now. Alt F4 and go read a book. Yeah, I've been reading lots of books. I am reading lots of books at the minute. I am working my way through the Reacher series on my Kindle.
Oh, okay.
I'm up to about book 10 or 11 now, I think. Just started a new one this morning. Because obviously I've watched the Amazon series and I'm like, yeah, I need to read some more now. And the funny thing was, during the last Amazon series, I was actually reading the book at the same time. So I could see the differences between the book and the show.
Yeah, we have to play some rounds someday. So,
Yeah, I have played some online golf because I've played some of the little 3-hole online things in matchmaking, the little the 3-hole and 4-hole games, which are quite quick and easy. Plus, there was some rewards for doing that. But I've not played a full 18 holes online against another person. Obviously, I've done some of the ranked tours, but I ain't got anywhere near close to winning any of them. Winning scores for those are always 24, 25 under,
oh, yeah.
which is impressive for 18 holes. The Archimedes engine is what you're reading at the moment. It's a thick bastard.
Is it a real engine he built or just sorted?
Exodus, the Archimedes engine. What's that about, Barker? Out of curiosity. I know Archimedes was that Greek fella that discovered why the water in your bath goes up and down when you get in it.
I mean, there's an Archimedes pump. It's like a spiral. Where you can lift water up if you need it. Archimedes screw, or what's it called?
Sci-fi stuff. I like sci-fi stuff.
It's not real.
So when I went out Saturday night to the pub to watch the detail play, they'd got on all the tellies and all the screens they were showing The Martian, and it got to the bit of the film. He's like, "I'm going to science that shit." And I actually said it. I'm going to science the shit out of it. And I was the only one, because they hadn't got the sound on any of the tellies or anything, or any of the screens. So everyone turned around and looked at me like, what the fucking hell? Some weirdos just shouted, he's going to science the shit out of it. What's he doing?
Well, the movie is quite good. Am I going uphill or something? It's so slow.
Possibly. Yes, it does get a bit uphill there.
Maybe there's something I'll tell you.
You sent me a couple of pics on Discord of how thick it is. Cool. Yeah, I've got 2 books that I've been actually reading. One
must be a large engine then.
One is all about the SR-71. That's a fucking thick book. All about its development and then all its service history and everything. And then I've got another one as well, all about the space shuttle program. Both books belong to my dad, and I kept them after he passed away. They're good. I mean, they're great reading. The trouble is, you sit with them on your fucking lap and your legs go fucking numb. Because of the weight of them, they fucking cut the blood circulation off in your legs. You start to get pins and needles and cramp. You can't read them in bed at night because you're forever dropping the fucking thing on your face. Because you ain't got the arm strength to hold it up. Or I haven't. Fucking hell.
That's why I like my Kindle.
Yeah, I like Kindle for reading some things, but then sometimes I just like the feel of a good old book. That's why I've still got loads of books around me, because sometimes I just think, I just want to read a proper book, you know? I'm sure I've got one. There's one I wanted to reread actually recently, and I don't know where it's gone. I'm sure I had it as a book and not as a Kindle thing. I'm sure I had the physical copy, but I don't know where it is. I have to take all the books off the shelf and have a look, because some of these shelves are like too deep. There's books and then there's books behind them. And I need to find the book I'm looking for, because I want to read it again. I've only read it once since I bought it.
Is it foggy on your end as well?
Well, I'm at the main farm at the minute, so it's not foggy in the middle of the farm.
At the edges.
Yeah, it's a little bit foggy on around the water where you are, down by the water side, down by the river.
Yeah, last night I played golf, and before that, about 1.5 to 2 weeks I didn't. And you notice that when you play again after such a long time, you lose your swing.
Yeah, I made the mistake. I went back and played the other golf game for a little bit, and then went back to the 2K one, and yeah, that was a bad idea. I got so used to the EA swing again, just straight back and forward.
Yeah. I like the Evo. But for new players, it's tough. Especially when you have a shitty player. When you have your golfer not developed.
See, I was just intrigued to play the other game, because obviously I always had it, kept it installed, and then it got like a massive update a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, oh, what have they added? Because I thought the game was dead. So I just, curiosity, just loaded it up to see what they'd changed or whatever. I couldn't fucking see anything. Couldn't see any difference. No clue. They never released any patch notes or anything.
So
I was like,
changed to 2K, right?
A lot of the EA people went to 2K, yeah. So they're working on this game that we're playing.
I like the announcers are much better now.
Are they? Because I find that
they sometimes make she and he a little bit mixed up, yeah.
Because I find the commentators in 2K, a lot of the time they're talking about stuff after it's happened.
Yeah, true.
Like the woman will often talk about my putts, but I've already hit the putt. I've already played it. And they all just speak just speak at like one tone and one level. There's like no emotion in the commentators. I actually find them quite boring compared to the EA ones. I remember one of the commentators on the EA game. He often tells stories about his own playing days, just to provide noise, I guess, whilst you're playing the game. If you're not really doing anything amazing, just to break up the silence. But that's got more emotion and more character to it than a lot of the 2K commentary. But then, as Barker's noticed from me playing WWE as well, the commentary in the WWE games and the voice acting in that game is really terrible and bland. It's like 2K can't do voices.
I mean, she sometimes says, after you watch the replay of a good part,
Yeah.
then she's, you better watch it again. Yeah, that's when she says that to me. But I found they say, what is he doing now? After now he's getting put after an eagle on the last hole, things like that. They didn't have that in EA. That is much better. But the situational comments are more.
He's made back-to-back birdies and stuff like that. Yeah, they commentate on they comment on stuff like that. But for me, the bit that annoys me is like I've got like a 30-foot putt. I take the putt, it just misses the hole, and then a commentator goes, "And here's the putt, and it's online. It's online. It's looking good." I'm like, no, I already know it's not gone in.
Never had that. No,
You're a bit late. You should be talking about it.
What I don't like is when they say, "What do you see? What do you see?" Going from left to right. Okay, that helps. I know that it's going from left to right. That is fucking on a slope. They don't give you a hint of it's a cup to the left or something.
I've got to drive one of the Mr. Helgi mobiles now. I don't like it.
Sounds like Batmobile. But they still haven't fixed the issue where you see it and you look back and there is no seat. It's not true.
Well, it doesn't update quite as quick. Yeah.
Too slow.
I want to pick up grass. That's what I came to do. Start collecting the grass with my lovely forage harvester. More like they don't pay for good voice actors. Yeah. I think as well what they need to do, rather than just having voice actors in a booth reading lines off a screen, especially when it comes to like commentators and commentary, they should actually just play them footage and have them just react naturally, as if they were watching a real event, you know? Let them be as spontaneous as and creative as they would if they were, you know, let them talk for themselves. Don't put words in their mouth.
With AI, I mean, everybody talks about AI here, AI there, but it's not used. I played quite a lot of SnowRunner again, and I did set there is a new game mode between normal mode and hard mode, you can set even more harder. Yeah, if you want.
What, than hardcore?
Like 4 times, yeah, 4 times fuel prices or repair prices or whatever. Can change all the settings, yeah, which is quite nice. But if you look at the game, the graphics, it's how old is the game? 5 years, 6 years?
Yeah.
It's still great looking. It's fantastic looking.
Well, you know, credit to the like, you know, SnowRunner team. They've kept that game running. They've kept that game supported for all these years.
Yeah,
They still
all the
keep.
DLCs,
They're still releasing content for it. They haven't just gone right. We'll chuck out another one. We'll chuck out another game now.
yeah. They do.
You've definitely got your money's worth out of SnowRunner, haven't you?
Yeah.
I probably not so
played
much because I
through.
haven't played it
I
anywhere
haven't
near
played-
as much.
I haven't played through the game, but I mean, later maps with all their equipment are not as challenging anymore. Especially when I use modded trucks.
Mm.
For example, if you use automatic loading, then in hard mode it costs you 150 monies. And now I set it because 150 is really not much when you have 600,000 on your account. And to actually force me to load, I set it 4 times the price, so it's 900 that you have to pay for each cargo that you automatically load. So I have to use the brain, at least in the beginning of the game.
No auto loading.
Yeah. I mean, if it's only 150, especially the large size cargo, where you fiddle around for 5 minutes before that you can load it onto the trailer, you just press the button, boom, auto load it, yeah, for 150 bucks. It's probably less than the fuel cost while loading.
I wonder if that's why I think I've not quite got into this game quite so much this year. Because I've basically avoided anything to do with productions because we don't have the Archie-mobile auto-load specialisation mod and his auto-load specialisation trailer pack like we had in FS22. It's like, until I've got that, I don't want to do anything that involves pallets. And moving pallets. So I feel like I'm only playing half a game because I'm just not doing anything production wise because I'm like, I just can't be asked to deal with picking up pallets by hand and putting them on a trailer. I just want auto load. Just want my auto load mod back.
Or bales, yeah.
Well, there are some auto load trailers for bales. There are.
I mean, the bale loader is okay, yeah, picks up the bale.
Like I say, I never used the I never used Loki's universal auto load mod in FS22, so I don't really want to have a go with that in FS25. I think it's a bit more complicated than it needs to be, that mod. So much grass. I've got to go and pick the other field up, yeah. That's going to take me a few trips backwards and forwards to do field 8. And I'll make sure I put the grass off field 8 into the TMR mixer, I think.
What I also noticed is the golf game, when I'm tired, I can't play the game.
Yeah.
You have to concentrate too much.
You have, yeah, you concentrate. Yeah, that's what I've noticed that. If I'm not fully concentrating, don't play it. Like, if I'm not going to sit there and calculate the yardages for, like, up and down, like, extra height, and calculate how much I have to take off shots for wind behind me and how much I have to add on for the hitting into wind and stuff, then it's just a waste of time trying to play that, because you're not going to do very well if you're not fully... If you're not mathing, if you're not in the mood to do maths, don't play that game.
I mean, with the time, I find I can play by feel. Yeah, I don't calculate the wind. I just give it a notch or something. You have to aim a little bit further right or what. But the up and downhill, you have to be careful.
And even the thing for me, like, sometimes on the greens, like, you know, downhill putts, I forget to bring the fucking marker towards me. Because the game does a terrible job of auto-distancing downhill putts.
Uphill is perfect, but downhill...
Uphill's
and have you noticed
dreadful.
On the right side, it says how fast the greens are?
Yeah.
So if it's above 150 or something, you have to...
Take a lot off.
The height, yeah? Double the height or something. I learned that because it's essential. Otherwise you hit in the water or something. Especially on salt ground or on the green island.
Because like I say, the days I'm not paying attention and like, I just forget about the downhill putts. The number of times I'll have like a 5-foot downhill putt, I'll just miss the hole and then I'm 10 foot past and I'm like, how the fuck has it gone 10 foot past? And after about 12 holes, I finally go, oh, I'm not adjusting to downhill putts at all. I'm not adjusting the distance on downhill putts at all. And yet, so instead of saying, like, and the annoying thing as well is, like, I've played 12 holes. At no point before, at any point in that 12 holes, have I said to myself, right, don't leave yourself a downhill putt. Make sure you hit the ball so it finishes on an uphill putt. You know.
Yeah, easier. Of course, you have to.
Well, the great thing about uphill putts is if you add a bit of extra distance and hit it a bit harder, you don't have to allow for so much break because it takes the break out of it. So you can actually hit it a bit straighter. You know, which is great for putts where you're not quite sure how much it's going to swing and stuff. You're like, well, okay, I'll just hit it a bit firmer and take some of that guesswork out of it.
But that's like a new golf. But they have changed something in the new patch. I learned the other day that could confuse a real golfer. Like when you make a hook or a slice, and you have to even more hook or more slice it or whatever. I don't know. It's counterintuitive for a golfer.
Well, I've definitely got pretty good at the short game now. The pick shot out of bunkers is an absolute lifesaver. And the flop shot, oh, magic. Flop shot on the power flop shot.
If you
haven't got to muck about with fucking pitching and chipping. If the ball's just off the green, I'd sooner putt it now. I'm more confident with holding it with a putter. The one shot that I do struggle with in the game is when it's not an approach shot or a choked approach shot, but I don't really want to play a pitch shot because I'm not happy with pitch shots. And it's like I need a shot that I can reliably hit like 60 yards or 50 yards or 40 yards. Yeah, the spinner.
The distance of a spinner now.
I've got the tie spinner unlocked, but I don't know how that one really works.
Well, that's like a chip.
That seems to pitch, roll a bit, and then check up. It's like got different stages to it, and I suppose I need to go to the driving range and practice with it to work out what it does. But the other spinner shot I like, but it's not as good as the one in EA. The spinner shot in EA was like OP. Because you just hit it at the hole and it stopped, dead.
Yeah, but many shots, many times need to practice them. You have to practice them. And I haven't.
What did I do the other day? The other day I was in a tournament, and for some reason I decided to play a Texas wedge because I'd got that shot available. I was like, I'll play a Texas wedge. Never used it before. Oh, it just looks like a putt from off the green. Oh, I know how these work. I had like a 15-foot putt, and I hit the ball. I went to the line, went to the little line on the meter, nice, and watched the ball go about 50 foot. I was like, okay, I've put the ball completely across the green, off the green, and into the water the other side with the Texas wedge. I was like, okay, so I need to figure out what the distance is on that then and adjust accordingly next time.
My putting is good. Right? I'm happy. I don't know exactly what the lag putt is.
No, I didn't bother with that on my powerhouse golf. I didn't bother unlocking lag putt because I feel like I can do. I get the ball close enough anyway with normal putting.
The normal putt, yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes on really long putts like 60, 70 footers, it's a bit more.
It doesn't help you.
It doesn't quite end up in the little circle that they talk about, but for most other putts, anywhere inside 30 foot, I'm going to be inches away if I miss the hole, not feet. So the lag putt doesn't really interest me. And again, if it gets to the point where I find myself having lots of 70 and 80 foot putts, I can always just go back and play a flop. Play a flop shot off the green just to get it close.
That's against the rules.
But I've unlocked, obviously on my powerhouse, I've unlocked the power drive option.
Okay.
That makes a nice bit of distance. That makes a nice bit of difference. That gives you quite a nice distance boost off the tee with your driver. So again, for someone like my technician, that would be a very nice skill to have because he doesn't have a whole lot of power. My technician.
Yeah, I'm currently trying to level up my greenskeeper. He's on level 83. And when I have it on 85, I go back to my technician. I try to implement the green grid.
Green grids on the technician, yeah, I did that. I got my greenskeeper to 85. And then I've, like I say, I did it on my technician's 99. He's max level. And I think my powerhouse is 88 now.
It's time for you to go pro.
My powerhouse is level 88. And my magician, I think, is 73 or 74. And then my sculptor, I think she's about 73, 74 as well.
I've played many more hours than you, double.
I've played a lot of hours, but I haven't played with all the archetypes. They're basically what I've created. Because when one of your characters gets to a certain level, all your other characters start at a certain level then that you create. They already start at a certain level and have so many skill points that you can assign, which is why I think my magician and my sculptor are like level 74 or something. That's basically what they start as, but I've not played any rounds with them and put any more points or skills into them. Your 5 deaths are done. Barker's back. He's died 5 times. That didn't take long, Barker.
Except I use my cheats.
I want them to add some actual golf bags to the game, because I'm tired of my character having the same bland black golf bag that his caddies lugging around. It's the one thing I did like about EA game. There was a bit more customizability with your bag and your clubs and stuff. Shafts and grips were a lot better as well in EA. You had proper brands for shafts and grips, whereas in 2K it's just bland shit. Well, I've got some fancy green shafts in my woods and some fancy red grips on my irons.
I have
don't make me play any better, but they look good.
I have actually wooden woods.
Hickory woods, yeah, I've got hickory woods, hickory wedges, and something else. I've got a couple of hickory things because I've put them in one of my characters' bags. I'm gonna level them up. You might just go back to Assassin's Creed Shadows. Yeah, you've got that. I haven't got Assassin's Creed Shadows, but I actually saw something online at the weekend, I think it was, with somebody where they ranked Assassin's Creed Shadows as like probably the 3rd or 4th best game in the series. I'm like, is it really that good?
Barker. Is Barker playing the latest version?
He's playing the latest Assassin's Creed game, yeah.
And how is it? It's the girl and the guy, right?
Because I think the thing that I saw ranked it. Assassin's Creed 2 was the best game in the series,
Yeah,
and then it was Black Flag, and then I think they said Syndicate, but I didn't like Syndicate, the one in France. I thought that game was like a buggy, horrible, broken mess of a game with loads of technical issues and stuff, but they ranked that as about 3rd best game.
maybe after patches.
I was quite surprised. I think they had like Assassin's Creed Brotherhood as the worst game in the series. I was like, well, actually, again, Brotherhood I quite like. The whole Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood and Revelations, the Ezio trilogy as I call it, I thought all 3 of those games were pretty good. They had good stories, both outside the Assassin's Creed bit, in the real world, and then when you was in the Animus, with playing as your character. But yeah, I think, yeah, I'm sure they had Shadows quite high on the list, though. That might have been after Syndicate or Odyssey, whichever one it was, that was like 4th on the list. I was like, that's a pretty bold statement. Like, Shadows has just come out and you're saying it's the 4th best game in the series. Sure, it was one of these like game review places. Not IGN though, because IGN's shit. But another one. There was another thing that like done the ranking list for all the Assassin's Creed games. Although weirdly, come to think of it, I didn't see the first game on the list. Did they just ignore the first game in the series and go, yeah, we don't count that as an Assassin's Creed game because it was hard to control and very clunky. Didn't have all the parkour and free running stuff like the later games. I remember the first game, to climb buildings you had to alternate between like left and right for like your handholds and stuff, your grip.
No, I don't remember.
Like I say, I'm just waiting for this Black Flag remaster. I am. And then I can go sailing again and sing all my sea shanties.
Yeah, the Assassin's Creed I played on Xbox.
I played a lot of them on PS4. Quite a shame actually, because I own a lot of those games on PC on Uplay, but you can't play them anymore on like modern PCs. They just don't run very well. They're like really shockingly bad. Those like early games, Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood, Revelations, even Assassin's Creed 3 doesn't play that great on modern hardware. People have tried to make like unofficial patches and stuff to like fix it, but I'm very dubious about downloading and trying any of that stuff.
What can go wrong?
A major diddly squat announcement. What's that? Let's just come up there. Whoa, stop. Season 4 of Clarkson's Farm will launch on the 23rd of May 2025 on Prime Video. And Diddly Squat Farm will now also be launching pork scratchings made from Jeremy's own pigs. So there we go, Clarkson's Farm then, Season 4 in May. It's only a month away, folks. I wonder if they'll stagger the release like they did last time though, where they release it in 2 halves. Just to make sure people have to subscribe for 2 weeks. To Amazon Prime to watch it all.
Ah, okay, now I understand.
Like Reacher, where they only release 1 episode a week, so you have to subscribe for like 2 freaking months to watch every episode.
Or wait until everything is there and then subscribe.
Yeah. Did you watch the last season of Reacher?
I watched everything.
You've watched it all, so you've seen season 3 then. And we'll get the Needly spin-off show before we get season 4.
The what?
The Needly, Reacher's mate
The Neely.
in the show. The black woman,
Yeah, Neely.
Neely or Needly. I think she said they call her Needly in our books.
Okay. Well, Neely, or maybe they don't pronounce the D.
But yeah, she's going to have her own show, but that's going to be like 100% original because obviously there's no books that they can base it on her, so it's going to be like 100% written by Amazon. So I don't know if that's going to be as good as Reacher. I also don't think as a character she's capable of carrying her own show.
They're working together, and that's good, yeah, but she by herself.
Her by herself, I don't think works. No. No, I couldn't see her having a fight with that great big 7-foot gorilla dude from the last season.
Well, no.
So if she runs into something like that, I think she'd struggle a bit.
Reacher had problems.
Yeah.
I thought he drowned, but then he comes up again, walking the street. Not again. Oh my God.
She was a bit better dealing. She was a bit better dealing with those assassins in her office that come to kill her in the office.
Right.
And she shoots that one guy, and he sat there in front of the fridge, and she goes to make herself a coffee, and she's like, "Move," because she wants the milk out the fridge, and he's laid there like, "Call me an ambulance." She's like, "You're an ambulance."
Yeah, call me an ambulance. Haha, funny. Yeah. The and Reacher had to explain how he killed the big guy,
Yeah.
That he blocked the cartridge. That it went into his face. We wouldn't have understood otherwise.
Again, in the book, totally different. Totally different in the book. The big guy didn't get killed by the gun in the book.
Okay.
Reacher did actually beat him in the fight, hand to hand. Because at one point in the fight, the big guy apparently in the book he screws up and tries to like hit Reacher with like this fancy karate kick thing, and it was the first time that Reacher was able to like knock him off his feet. And once he's off his feet, his 7-foot height advantage, I think, just goes completely out the window. So then Reacher's able to break his hands and his arms in multiple places. So the guy's like can't do anything, and then he gets a gun, and basically he forces the big guy to walk to the bit where they're disposing the bodies, and then he shoots him. Basically, unloads the whole gun into him and like has him fall into the sea. That's how he does it in the book.
Maybe that was too humiliating to the big guy.
Mm.
And the actor might not have liked it.
Because in the book, Reacher takes the big gun into the house and sets it up in the house because he's waiting for like Quinn and all his cronies to come to the house, because they don't do that whole bit where they go to the scrapyard and walk into a trap like they do in the show. None of that happens in the book. They already know that the bad guy's coming to the house for this fancy dinner party and to sell the guns and everything. So Reacher sets the gun up in one of the bedrooms in the house so he can see everybody that's come through the gate. And his plan is he's going to shoot everybody with the gun when they come. But then at the last, before all that happens, he realizes he's missed something, or he's made a mistake with something. So he has to leave the property with like the FBI agenty type people. And the young FBI agent in the show got killed by the bodyguard in the cabin. In the book, Reacher leaves him in the house with the gun. And obviously, when Reacher comes back to the property, he's been killed by all of Quinn's cronies because the gun didn't work. The gun jammed, and he wasn't able to kill anybody.
If you don't know the book, so maybe it works better like that. If you read,
Yeah, it was interesting to see the differences and how they like.
If you read The Martian and watch the movie, you also know these differences. Because when he goes to the rescue pod, there is a storm coming, and he doesn't, and he doesn't have a way of communicating, and he finds his way around the storm by measuring the solar panels and stuff. Would have taken too long to explain in the movie. And also he trips his truck.
Yeah, I wonder what they'll do, which book they'll use for the next series of Reacher, because the last book I read was like, it went back in time a bit, and he was still in the army, being a military police officer, and investigating some cases in the army. That was actually quite interesting. That was.
Season 4.
Yeah, they're going to start filming season 4 this summer. They've said. They've announced already. They're going to finish off the Woman series for filming that first, because obviously they plan to release that first. And then as soon as they finish filming that, they'll move into filming season 4 of Reacher. But yeah, I'm looking forward. Be interesting to know, because some of the Reacher books that I've read, some of them are not very good. I hope they don't make those into series, because that would be a hard sell, because there's not a lot of action in some of the books. Reacher doesn't do a lot of Reacher things in some of them. But the book I started reading today, it's the one that the Tom Cruise movie was based on. The first one, with the sniper.
Yeah. I found out what he actually did, that he killed random people, just camouflage the actual guy he wants to kill.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Tom Cruise is a totally different type. Is Reacher a big guy in the books?
Yeah. Huge guy. 6'5", about 265 pounds, it says.
So like Tom Cruise, huh?
Yeah, just like Tom Cruise.
Come on. You can use Arnold Schwarzenegger, but not Tom Cruise. But Arnold was too old. The actor of Reacher, I mean, it's the first time I see him in Reacher. Has he got an area before Reacher?
Yeah, he's been in stuff before Reacher. He was Aquaman in Smallville back at the start, like 2000, early 2000s. He's then done some other stuff. He was he played Raphael in the 2 Michael Bay Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle films, or at least he did the mocap for Raphael in those films. He then played Hawk in the Teen Titans series, which is on Netflix.
But was he always as big as he is now? Or
Oh yeah, he's always been a big guy. Yeah, he's always been a big built, jacked guy.
tall,
Tall, yeah.
muscled?
Muscled, yeah.
He was muscled when he was 3 years old.
He keeps saying he wants to play Batman in a movie. He does, and he says he'd do it for free. You wouldn't have to pay him.
Wow.
But I don't think they'd cast him as Batman because he's too big. He's too big and too muscly for Batman.
He doesn't need a body. He just needs a paint job. He doesn't need a suit. He just needs body painting.
And I also think because he was in Titans, they probably won't cast him in another DC project. Especially one that's in the Batman universe, because like I say, if he's already played a character in that universe, they probably won't cast him as Batman. But I'd certainly believe him to be a more credible Batman than the guy from Twilight.
Or Superman. He's maybe a better Superman.
No, again, in like true comic book styling, Superman's not a big guy. He's not a big jacked guy. No, he's Superman because he's got all his powers and abilities.
But Clark Kent is a guy.
Yeah, R.I.P. Val Kilmer. Yeah, that was sad news to wake up to this morning.
Yeah.
That he passed away.
64?
Only 65, yeah.
Yeah, 94. A little bit older than me. More deaf.
Yeah, a little bit older than me as well. Only just.
Well, he's just a couple of years older than me. And already had to get over cancer. Throat cancer.
Throat cancer, yeah. I guess when the dust settles on that, they'll probably say he had a relapse and it come back.
What? A relapse? What does it mean? Cancer came back?
Yeah. I imagine that's what they'll say is the cause of his death.
Yeah, I remember people in my family who had actually not related, but some friends of us.
Because you never truly cure cancer. It goes into like hibernation, doesn't it?
He had bad cancer, then he was fine for half a year and then he was dead.
Mm.
Like that. I think it's like a virus. It never leaves your body. It's just
No, it just goes into hibernation. It goes into remission, they call it over here. The term for it over here is remission, where it just goes dormant. And people go, yeah, I'm cured of cancer. No, you're not. It's just
we might all have
stopped
coronas, yeah?
from progressing.
Just in remission. It's a sleeper.
Hmm.
Or the body has some tools to keep it low, keep it down. Is it from smoking, this type of cancer?
I don't know. I don't know much about Val Kilmer, apart from seeing his movies. It's not really someone whose life I ever really paid much attention to. So I don't know if he was a smoker or not, or... whether it was just bad genetics. He was already like predisposed to it because of family history or something.
He played Doc Holliday, yeah, where he was. Huh?
Yeah.
In this movie. Where he was really sick as Doc Holliday.
Google says he was a heavy smoker. Yeah, so that's probably explains it then. So there's your public health warning for today. Don't smoke.
And people after the surgery, they have an electric tool to talk. You know, they have a tool that they hold to their.
It's coming right for us. Like the guy Jimbo from South Park. It's coming right for us. But yeah, he didn't use one of those in Maverick. When he in the movie Maverick, Val Kilmer didn't use one of those devices. I mean, he didn't say a lot in the film. But when he did talk, he just used what was left of his normal voice.
And obviously,
the rest of the time in the film, he just sat at a computer and typed things on the computer for Tom Cruise's character to read.
As an actor, he obviously has to talk. So if you remove his ports to talk, then he's gone. It's over.
Well, they could have dubbed him over. Could have dubbed him over in films if he was still capable of acting. Could have got someone else to just read his lines in a studio after, and then put it over the top of him.
He has a lot of money, so he told the doctors, please do whatever possible to keep my voice. And then the surgery is probably more difficult, and they don't get rid of all the cancer, and that's it. That's all speculation. Doesn't make him alive again. So we will probably have some films that he played in.
Batman Forever.
Batman.
Yeah, Batman Forever. That was the Val Kilmer one. No, with Val Kilmer, Jim Carrey and Tommy Lee Jones. Came out in the mid-90s. Before the dreadful movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger in. And George Clooney.
They played Batman?
Yeah, George Clooney played Batman, yeah. And Arnold played Mr. Freeze. Did you not see that movie?
I've seen it, yeah, sure. I remember Arnold, but I didn't know.
Yeah, George Clooney was that Batman, and then in the Val Kilmer film, Jim Carrey was the Riddler, and Tommy Lee Jones was Two-Face.
Yeah.
And then they had Batgirl in it as well as Robin.
I always liked Superman better because he doesn't need all the gadgets.
Yeah.
He's just a natural. Like we get explained in Kill Bill, right?
Mm.
Yeah, natural killer.
Yeah, Clark Kent's the disguise.
Yeah, and David Carradine explained why she's a natural killer. I love it, this guy. Then she kills him by the 5-finger palm.
Exploding palm technique, yeah.
Who comes up with such a shit? Tarantino.
Tarantino indeed.
Oh my god. Okay, road. Try to buy it. You're still picking up grass?
Just finished. Put some fuel back in Mr. Helge's tractor.
Finish farm sim for tonight.
Finish farm sim for tonight. Yeah, we've done quite a bit today. What time did I start? Just after 3, didn't I? I think. So I've been at it for about 3 hours. Yeah, I might play some golf now. Just switch things up a bit. Finish the stream on YouTube and just then stick to kick. Mr. Helge with his 23-month sub.
It's unbelievable. Time flies.
Time flies. I like it. We've done quite a bit of work today. So, yeah, I need a bio break in a second. So field 5 and 4 have been seeded. They need to be fertilised. They don't need rolling though. Weird. And then stone pickers finished down there on field 1, so that'll be the next field to seed. And obviously I need to do the grass rolling and mulching on 8 and 3. But that's good. So, we will quit to the main menu. I'll update the additional game settings mod now on my PC, and then I can do that on the server and the Google Drive at a later date. So yeah, some new mods today. Just spray levels. Right then, YouTube folks, I'm going to love you and leave you guys. I'm going to continue streaming on Kick. Going to switch over and play some golf with Mr. Helge.
Well, field 4 I did fertilise and roll it. So.
You did fertilise and roll it. Okay, so that's why they don't need rolling then. Yeah. So yeah, let me find OBS. I can stop the stream on YouTube. Goodbye, YouTube people. What have I got? Content ID? I won't find out what that is until after the stream is